Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the BigSin podcast. I'm your host Sinji. With me, my co-host Big Tone Son
Yo,
and Bay.
What up?
All right, as always, guys, starting off, what really grinds my gears? And this week, what really annoyed me was so as I mentioned, did I mention my promotion last episode, guys, or the week episode before?
I don't know. I don't keep up with
no.
you.
Damn,
Yeah, I don't remember.
damn. My
You
co-host,
probably
ladies and
did
gentlemen,
last
my
year.
co-host. Let's assume
You
it was
probably
last
did
week.
do it last year.
Assume it
Yeah,
was
let's
last week.
just say that.
So, as the co-manager, when my manager's not around, everything kind of falls on, lands on me to get done. Right? We with me so far?
No.
This salesman wanted his delivery. He's not even a salesman for our fucking store, first of all. So that's one. He needed a delivery, and my manager said, "Hey, you want this delivery? Make sure there's a crew there, because we don't got people to send with the driver." All right, no problem. My manager tells me, "Hey, before this delivery goes out, give the salesman a call so he can make sure there's people on the job." I do that. The man asked me how long is my driver's gonna be. He's like 35 minutes, and I was like, I asked the drivers, how long does it take to get to Avalon for here? He's like, yeah, 35, 40 minutes. Like, yeah, 35 minutes is cool. So I send him to Avalon with, and he knows he has some heavy ass doors on him. And he was like, hey, I need a hand. It's like, hey, this guy, he's gonna have a crew for you. Don't, we're not leaving you hanging. Just, I'm gonna call him. He'll have a crew meet up with you. I said, I bet, cool. He goes to Avalon and waited 20 minutes. 20 minutes for one person to show up. And they did. And Tone, you saw those doors.
Yeah, I probably built them.
No, it was the ones where you came out like, oh, you guys needed my help? Damn.
Yeah, I built those.
Yeah, those heavy ass 32 solid core doors with poplar jams.
Yep.
So, 20 minutes, and I told him, I was like, yo, if there's no one there, you come back. I'm not, it's not my priority to get these doors out. You know what I mean? By all means, come back.
Yeah.
And so he shows up, he waits 20 minutes for one guy to show up. They do half the doors by themselves. And then a crew of 3 people show up. I'm like, bruh, why'd you even put us through the trouble of making sure to call you if you weren't gonna give us a decent crew? You know, I don't get it. So that's
Yeah,
what
I
grinded
don't.
my gears. It happened yesterday, actually. Next.
What I got for grinding my gears is the uninformed masses. You know, like I guess you could say like people, like conspiracy theorist people that don't always take every ploy to get them like the vaccine. Like people's like, oh man, they just rushed that thing through. But little do they not know that they've been doing this shit for years actually, and they just expedited the whole process because basically they you know picked up where they left off when they got disbanded last year. So yeah, that's my thing. Educate yourself before you just be jumping to all these conclusions.
Well, that's the thing
That's
about a lot of people. They like to just open their mouth with a concept, if that makes
yeah.
sense.
And then another thing, jumping to conclusions, is when people say some stuff and without even getting evidence, they're like, yeah, make sure you do that. And you're like, it's in there. What are you talking about? And then they go in there and see, and they're like, oh, it is. And then they don't even say sorry to you. Shoot.
So I ain't sorry. I was wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, you don't
Didn't
even
he
know I
say,
was wrong. Oh,
did he say that? They just said, oh, and they kept
oh.
moving. Like, man, you thought I wasn't great? Like, you didn't think I knew what I was doing? Man, please.
It's like the bread goes on the peanut butter. Nah, dog. Look, you put the peanut butter on the bread. Oh,
Oh, okay.
oh.
Yeah. What?
I didn't know.
Shoot.
All right, so what was your moment of frustration?
What really grinded my gears? Um, I will go with all of these consumers that are complaining about how buggy Cyberpunk is. What the hell did you idiots expect? There's not one game that we don't get in today's age of gaming where it's not going to be buggy, it's not going to be finished, it's basically a beta. So if anyone thinks that any game that comes out is going to be perfect as soon as it launches, you're sadly fucking mistaken. If you want things to change and not that be the meta going forward anymore, stop pre-ordering these games, stop buying these games, stop spending money on these games as far as microtransactions, stop supporting them, and also stop asking these fucking developers when these games are coming out. They're gonna come out when they come out. I guarantee you they dropped it before they should have because fans for the past what 8 years this damn game's been developing. Every year they're asking about this stupid goddamn game. Get over yourself. You're no one special. If you want the meta to change, stop pre-ordering the games, stop playing them, stop wasting your money on them.
Mm.
This game is not going to be at to where it's supposed to be for at least another 6 months, and that's usually how every single game that comes out usually takes about that long.
I don't know.
Unless you're,
Madden did pretty well.
yeah, right.
21.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you're EA who can't get their shit together, or you're Ubisoft where every game you put out is broken and they just stay broken. Division 2.
Shade, direct shade.
Yeah.
Ah, love it. So, not sure if you guys know, but I think I told you guys. Um, Ray finished Hollow Knight, and chances are he's never gonna play it again.
Mm.
Whereas I love the game, but it wasn't. He likes the platforming and all, but yeah, Hollow Knight, not his. No, it wasn't his niche.
I can believe it.
And Tone beat Spider Man. So Tone, how about a little review?
It was good.
How about a little more detail?
Nah, I wish it was longer. I really,
That's what she
Oh well,
like
it was it
I
was
played.
we everyone already knew it was a shorter game. You know what I mean?
said. I
Yeah,
did
yeah.
not.
I already knew go. I already knew going in. That's why it was only like $50. But
Which is still, you know what, shorter game probably should have been $40, but since everyone wants to raise the prices on games now,
yeah. But I mean, don't get me wrong. The $40. I mean, the $50 I spent was definitely worth it. Um, I played the first one and I loved the first Spider-Man. I'm actually gonna buy the remaster soon. Um, yeah, just swinging around. New
uh,
York City was fun as hell. I like
which
how it
one
had like a little what?
which one did you enjoy more, the first one or the sequel before this game? Because I didn't too.
I'm not. I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember shit from the first one. I don't remember a damn thing from the first one because I beat it. It only took me like a week to beat it, and that's like two. That was 2 years ago, and I meant to go back and play it again, but I just never did.
Mm.
But
Um,
I do like Miles Morales. It had like a nice little hip hop vibe to it and shit. I'm not gonna lie, I teared up at the end. It is what it is. I don't care.
I don't care. Yeah, hip hop. Did they? How much do you know about Miles Morales, like as a character in the Spider-Man world?
Man,
I know
I
a
ain't
little
learned about
bit.
Like
about this nigga until the first game
well,
2 years
I read
first of
ago.
all, me either. But I'm wondering if there's a hip hop element because he's black, or if there's a hip hop element because his character actually like, you know.
technically he's like black and Spanish.
Yeah, he's black and he's black and Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
His dad and his uncle, they used to make beat. Well, from I'm just going by what the game said. I never read the comics. I'm not a comic book reader, but from the game they said they used to make. They wanted to make beats, and then the dad and the uncle wound up teaching him how to make beats. So he has like a little studio in the corner of his bedroom.
I said, yeah, it's a little different. I'm trying to remember because it was so long ago when I read that shit. But no,
Take
he
your
was a
time, Ruby.
sneakerhead. I think he was in the he was like a sneaker. No, is that? Yeah, I think he was a sneakerhead. I can't remember. I had to look at something to refresh my memories because I'm getting old. It's not like it used to be.
Nigga,
Uh,
shut up.
but damn. Yeah, but it. Cause I think he was a sneakerhead. He did some other shit. Fuck. Yeah, damn. Nah, y'all
For
go
those
ahead.
of you who don't know the hierarchy in our age group, I'm the youngest. I believe Irby's in the middle, and Tone is our old wise one.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers don't listen like I am. Shit.
Nah, man, I hear everything you said.
This nigga, you don't talk like you are either.
Ooh.
Um, nah, man. Okay, so, Irby, have you played Spider-Man and Batman games?
Yes, I have.
Okay, and I know Tone's played both.
Yeah,
A
of course.
few years back, there were rumors that they were gonna make the developers that made the Batman games, and I gotta assume that same developers or similar people make the Spider-Man games because the combat system and the moving around are very similar in Spider-Man and Batman. Each
Nah, they're two separate companies.
okay, they're different
Eh,
companies, but like yeah, they're
Yeah,
moving and like going around. Like the general layout of the game is the games themselves are pretty similar. There was a huge
yeah,
rumor that um the creators who made Batman were gonna make a Superman game,
yes.
Yeah,
This
I
and
is
talked
true.
about this.
the rumors kind of just died that year, and I don't think
That's
anything ever.
because that's because the Superman game was canceled.
Oh,
I
see,
think it
okay,
got canceled last year or this year. It was either 2018, 2019, or this year. I don't remember when it was canceled, but it officially got canceled.
damn, that sucks because like you know I'm not big. Superman's not like he's not on my top list on heroes, right? He's just like
Yeah, not
Superman's
even close.
cool, but nigga's just like too OP. Like I like some struggle in my for my protagonist. That man's just
Then why
kind of
you like One Piece then?
Luffy's always struggling, dog.
Nah, Luffy OP man.
Nah,
Anytime
he ain't
Luffy get
OP.
whooped, he be getting a new thing.
Nah,
Well,
Come
see,
Luffy
out
with
ain't
this,
Gear
OP,
9.
dog.
well,
What?
this is why Superman doesn't make a good protagonist in a game. He would make a better antagonist. So in the Suicide Squad game that's supposed to be coming out in like I guess a couple years, he's basically going to be the antagonist, and I believe you have to kill him. That's going to make for a more interesting game because that's going to be more challenging. Whereas you're Superman and you basically have to come up with a creative way to have him be weakened. You know what I mean?
Black Kryptonite.
Yeah, like yeah, all the different kryptonites or whatever. But then now you got to explain how the hell you got to hold all this kryptonite and blah blah blah. And then you're gonna have people complain. Oh well, Superman doesn't feel that powerful. Blah 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 blah. Look, we probably never get another Superman game ever since that debacle of the 64 and the Superman Returns on the 360. You'll probably never get another one. So if you want to play Superman, go play one of those two games.
See, my thing was I didn't know how to feel about a Superman game done like the Batman by the Batman creators, cause like more it was just there was enough reason to believe that like the general structure of the game would be like Batman, and
No, I mean it wouldn't because you have Batman technically isn't a superhero. You know what I mean? Batman is just a regular guy that dresses up like a bat. Superman, I'm pretty sure you'd have aerial combat. You'll have boots on the ground combat. You know, they'd probably have you go on to save planes or maybe do some type of flying in outer space. Like I mean, there's a bunch of different creative ways that you can make the combat in a Superman game. It's just you know
I don't think they
you're
would have though.
you're basically flying around with a goddamn god who can't be killed. But this is also a reason why not a whole lot of people like Superman to begin with.
No, yeah, because
I mean,
I don't think they would have done that for the simple fact that of the company that's making the game. Like now, if you would have gave the company that just made Ghost of Tsushima and The Witcher 3 the rights to make that Superman game, oh my god, the possibilities for it would be endless.
Yeah.
But I think if you gave it to the developers of Batman, they would have followed pretty much the same general structure they had for Batman, but like threw Superman in there instead of like gliding around. You can just fly. There's no swinging involved. There's hey, fly around the city, beat up, beat up, beat up, beat up, beat up. Oh my God, Lex Luger has kryptonite. Beat up, beat up, beat up, beat up, beat up. Hey, look, there's who's another villain in fucking Superman?
well that's going to be any superhero game. It's going to be a beat 'em up, you know. And plus, Superman don't know karate like that. He's more of a I guess he's more of a grunt or brute, if you will.
I was like, he's just gonna be one hitting everybody.
He basically just hit you with like a 3 piece combo or some shit. I ain't never seen Superman kick nobody. That motherfucker gonna hit you with a 3 piece and a biscuit, send your ass flying. You know what I mean?
Nah, I mean,
And
So,
that guy
but I
was gonna
mean,
get kicked one time by Superman.
but even though Batman and Spider Man's combat system are somewhat similar, I think Spider Man's combat is a lot more fluid. It's a lot more smooth.
you said
I feel
Batman or
like the
Spider Man's? I'm sorry.
Spider Man. I like Spider Man's combat system a whole lot better. I don't get me wrong. I do like the free flow from the Batman games, but Spider Man games, it's like they just perfected it. It is
Well,
so smooth and fluid.
I think we got two more Spider-Man games before our last Batman game. So like, obviously, you put out games that like that. You want it to be as fluid as smooth as possible. You gotta step up. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah, well,
when you have that kind of structure, I'm sure every developer who worked on Spider-Man played the Batman games, played the Spider-Man games because you got a system here, and both games follow a very similar system with Batman swinging and Spider-Man swinging, and you have to combat against multiple people and the counter punches that you put the little marker above the enemy so you know when you dodge, and then the other color marker when you know hey it's an uncounterable, so you should dodge it instead of counter. You know what I mean? And like, whereas you released two more games since the last Batman, like you might find yourself saying the next Batman game feels more fluid and more smooth than Miles Morales. You know what I mean?
well, we're gonna find out next year 'cause they got a new Batman game coming out,
Hey,
Gotham Knights.
Hey man, as long as you don't fucking give me a game so fucking dependent on that Batmobile, I'm good. Uh,
Well, the company that made what's that Batman prequel game called? I don't even remember what it's called. But I know I like the prequel. The people that did that one are making this one, and I've seen some gameplay of it. It does look graphically, it looks amazing. Gameplay wise, it does look smooth, but it's a whole nother beast when you actually get the game in your hands and you're actually doing the combat yourself.
yeah, I
You
mean
know?
it's you know what's crazy though, because like developers put out this gameplay and it's like you're gonna put out gameplay for a game you're making under the best conditions for yourself. If you want to impress people, give a demo to a random ass person and let them under super invite them over because there are a lot of companies that will like invite people over to play a game. Have them play the game and record it, and then on like a random system you would find at anyone's house, a random setup, and if the gameplay looks phenomenal there, then whatever the fuck you're doing to that game, keep doing it because if you can make that game look amazing, it was like it's to me it's like with music. Someone told me when I was trying to learn how to make beats, if you can make something sound good on the shittiest fucking speakers, then it'll sound amazing on some great ones. That's it's the same. I think it's the same with gaming. If you can make something look amazing on like a fucking not 4K TV, not with the console not running as powerful as it needs to be, then you're gonna have a fucking beautiful game when people actually want to take advantage of the specs it can be ran on.
Yeah, I hear that. Shoot. But yeah. Dang.
What?
Right guy running around kendo sticks.
But yeah, yeah, I like Miles Morales. If someone can figure out how to do a proper Superman game, I would definitely be open to playing that. Um,
That
I'm
sounds amazing.
I'm not gonna lie. Well, they're obviously going to be putting out a sequel to 2018 Spider-Man, and that's supposed to have Venom in it. And I'm actually hoping they do another Miles Morales too.
Oh, a sequel to that one.
Yeah, that one was really good. Like I said, I teared up at the end, bro.
I love when people can get emotionally invested in something, man. I really do. Like it just means you did
I'm
that
just
good.
I'm
Is it because you wish you could get emotions? Is that why?
damn.
Wow.
Well, also, I'm not as rough and rugged as I used to be. I'm getting older, man. I'm starting to get soft.
Hmm. Damn. It'd be like that.
Apparently, I'm just forever heartless.
Should be
Yeah,
like
man.
that.
No, man, but
Is
like,
it, it's
it's
because you wish you
because
could
like,
feel emotions.
no, it's just like, not enough thing, not too many things these days have shock and awe in them. Everything is so fucking predictable, which is understandable. As days go by, originality becomes harder to come by when it comes to like certain things. Like, there's only so many ways you can make a superhero movie. Like, you only have two possible outcomes: the heroes win or the bad guys win. So you need the moments in the middle to provide the most shock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard because like you have it's like a fucking essay in school. You already have the structure for the essay. There's not much you can do to change the structure of the essay. At some you just gotta make each part of it hit different to like really really impress. And it's like, well, yeah, that's what it is. I didn't have another example.
Hmm. I mean, you could structure your essay differently. You know, you can go for the big paragraphs, or you can do a bunch of little ones, or you can find a combination of each.
Well, I will say this: like, it wasn't until like my senior year that I learned that you don't need 5 paragraphs for an essay. If you do just two fucking long ones, really long ones, that'll suffice as well. And I was like, and here I was trying to bullshit a fucking essay with 5 paragraphs. I,
Yeah.
I, I was like the master of restating something 4 different ways just to get a fucking paragraph out the way. And it was so funny because I was talking to my mom and like she was helping my baby sister, my youngest sister, with her essay, and like she's reading the essay, and I'm laughing because like she was doing the same thing. I was like, yo, I used to do that all the time in high school, and like here's what my sister was doing with her essay. She was like, she had to do something about bullying, and she was like, a lot of times people get bullied because of their size. They get bullied because of their size because people feel. I'm like, yo, that. And I just started cracking up. She's like, why are you laughing? Because she just repeated the same thing, but like used it to distract. Yo, that is fucking amazing. Because I used to do that just to prolong a fucking paragraph.
Shit, I used to do it too. You gotta finesse them. See,
Yeah.
when I was in school, you had to have a certain amount of words. I think you had to like have 1,000 word essay, and it had to be 5 paragraphs. A word, oh, you about to get the same exact thing over and over and over again.
Yeah. It was just
I
like.
don't care.
It was just like. And then I started saying a sentence for her, and I was just because she said something on the essay. It was like um, a lot of people get bullied by older siblings, and they can't do anything back because they're younger. So they go to school, and you know how to do is bully people at school because they can't do anything to their older brothers and sisters. And I started joking. I was like, "Yo, she just confirmed that she's a bully at school." She was like, "No, she's not." I'm like, yes, she is, bro. And here's how the essay's gonna go. Because my sister bullies me, I bully people at school. I bully people at school because my sister bullies me and I can't take it. I can't take it because I'm younger than her, so I take it out on other people. And I take it out on other people because they're younger than me and smaller than me. And I was just like, and that, boom, you got a paragraph right there.
Yeah.
Are you going to get an A? No, but you're going to pass. You're gonna fucking pass. You wanna know how I know? I fucking passed. No, but Tony, you got a kid. Have you seen the shit they're learning these days?
Yeah.
Yo, my God, bro, yo,
The
they are
the
expecting way too much from kids younger.
bro, I think it's stupid how they changed how to do math problems, bro. Like when I first heard about how they want these kids to break down math problems, like 1 plus 1 is 2. Show your work, nigga. What? It's one
I,
plus one.
I was like,
You
I
really
don't
want me
know.
to show you? You really want me to show you work on 1 plus 1? Are you retarded?
So I don't know how to do that. I physically don't know how to show you 1 plus 1 equals 2. Should I draw one,
Word.
two fingers and then add them, like one finger, and then they make two?
Oh man, I feel. I mean, he's adjusted to it, but I'm like, man, screw this.
Now,
There were points in time where it got me so frustrated. I was like, yo, you gotta wait for your mom to come home, bro. I can't do this, man. I can't do it. Because then,
how
like,
were
I started him how I used to do math problems. But then he was getting in trouble in school. So for a parent-teacher conference, I had to explain to the teacher, like, listen here, bitch. Like, I'm not teaching them the way the state says I should teach my kid how to do math. No, I'm going to teach them how you should be taught. And you're fucking confusing the hell out of these damn kids. What do you expect them
confusing the
when
hell
they
out
get?
of adults?
Yeah, what do you expect them to freaking draw out a bunch of circles and lines when they become adults trying to figure out math problems? Like that's stupid.
Hey, I do
Yeah,
that
that's the
now.
problem, man. They want so like all these teachers now. They want like a fucking whole. They want you to use a whole page to solve a problem, bro. You know how complicated. First of all, you don't get into like fucking. All right, I need to actually start writing shit down until you get into high school. Cause that's when you
Nah,
get to.
even before that.
I would say
Yeah,
the
even before that.
should they
No,
have
not
you
really.
doing
Cause
in
what
middle
classes do
school?
you get in middle school? What like?
Algebra.
Yeah,
I got algebra in
they
high
do
school.
teach.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I
We
had a
had
lot of math classes.
shit.
Like I ended high school with calculus, but like I didn't do algebra until high school. I think my middle school is more like geometry based math. But then again, different district. You know, this area is a lot different than Newark. It's just like where it's probably they assume 90% of the people in Newark will probably just not go to college. Down here, they probably assume 90% will. So it's probably different teaching methods down here. But
No, you'd be surprised.
but
Oh, they weed everybody out early.
have
They
you
weed
guys ever
everybody out
learned?
early.
Have you guys ever learned from multiplication the box method where you draw like a rectangle and like make for each number and then do the diagonal, and then you're just multiplying each individual number by like what section it ends up on.
We just had memorization.
What?
Yeah.
I'll have to show you Tone, but like you basically okay, say you have 200 times 10, right?
Okay.
So you draw a rectangle and make it 3 by 2 and put write 200 on the above on the 3 side part and 10 on the 2 side part. So then you multiply per each square in that rectangle. So you have 0 times 1, 0 times.
All you have to
Let
do
me.
is take the 0 from the 10
Let
and
me.
add it to the 20.
That's all you got to do, bro.
No, I know
You
that's all. No,
lost me, bro.
no, I know that's all you have to do. But like they have these complicated ways of teaching now, and it's just like there are way more simpler ways. Like, were you guys good at math?
Hell no. I
I was
took basic math all
decent.
through high school. Shit.
No, I ended up in calculus somehow. But like the show your work thing was really annoying for me because there was a teacher that like. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. You're taking a test, right?
Uh huh.
And you finish your test before everyone. You get
Okay.
every question right, but you get minus a point here, a point there, a point there for not showing your work. And then you go to the teacher, and it's like his reason is, if you don't show your work, how do we know you didn't cheat? Motherfucker, I finished first. Do you think he deserved that 100, or is he justified for trying to?
No, he still deserves 100.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I was like, bruh, how can I cheat? I finished first. Who the fuck am I gonna cheat off of?
That's it,
Oh,
man.
no
Look,
doubt.
when I was in school, they gave you an extra sheet of paper. Yo, show your work. Okay. Obviously, there's gonna be certain problems where you don't have to show your work.
Yeah.
Like if I'm doing like 9 plus 9, like come on, or like 7 plus 7, I don't need to show my work. But if I'm gonna do like 29 plus 11, okay, yeah, that I have to show my work. Okay, so that I understand. But come on, bro.
I don't understand that. But here was the cool thing. Like I had a teacher in high school. Like he understood that I was really good at math. Like I didn't like to like what's the word for like actually trying, a better word.
Applying yourself.
Yeah, I didn't like applying myself in school. Like I spent most of my sophomore and junior year in high school math class sleeping because I had that teacher 2 years in a row. He knew I knew my shit, so he let me. But like, I don't really know where it went. But like, I was good to the point where I guess I just saw it different. I was like, he would let me sleep in class, and like I'd wake up for like half a second, listen to whatever problem he's giving everyone, do it in my head, answer it, and then like go back to sleep.
Yeah. I hear that.
It was amazing. I wish I had him for my senior year. But like even because I took calculus. I took calculus in my senior year. Even then, when we got the test, one of my biggest problems in math class was I'd rush through it too fast. So I'd make simple mistakes, and that's how I'd get shit wrong. So like it came to the end of the year exam, not the midterm, the final exam, and I rushed through it. You know, I finished it first. I started doodling, and then I went to sleep. And even with those simple mistakes, where like I could have easily, fucking, you know, if I took my time, got it right, I still got a higher score in my class than like everyone. The teacher was really trying to convince me to be a math teacher. I'm like, nah, dog, I'm good. That sounds really boring.
Yeah.
So don't get me wrong, I'm good with numbers. That doesn't mean I want to work with them.
Yeah. I hear that. Mm-mm-mm. I never
That's the
liked
second time
math.
Herbie said that. He ain't even listening.
Yeah. I heard everything you said.
That was my immediate thought as soon as I heard him say it twice. He ain't even listening.
No, 'cause
Tone went to.
I was the same way, cause I used to do this shit. I used to get the answer. They'd be like, "Well, how'd you get there?" Well, I did this. It's like, "Oh, you please skip a step." I'm like, "Yeah, 'cause I did it in my head real quick, and then I did that." She's like, oh, "Okay."
You know what was amazing? And when I attempted to do college, um, what class was? What was my college class? I think it was. What's that? Fuck. What is it? Statistics? Is it statistics? That's a math class, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, statistics. Okay, so like statistics has
I
this
love
fucking.
statistics.
I can't stand it because I feel like I'm doing hella word problems.
I had a math class. Wasn't nothing but word problems, but the thing was, you had to pick out the variables and then
Yo,
and like apply them. And sometimes you just miss a variable because you like didn't understand it. Worst
bro,
class I ever had.
we had a statistic class where like the teacher was, I think it was an Indian dude, and like his English was so bad and his teaching was so bad that like most of the class was failing. And people were asking me like, how am I passing the test? I was like, oh, I'm not even listening to that goofy ass motherfucker, bro. I'm just like paying attention to the book. So the book
Hey,
tells
yo,
you
I
how to
hate
do.
to,
What's up,
yo, I
big
hate to
dog?
interrupt you guys, but I gotta go. I got an emergency.
All right, man.
All right, sorry about that. But yo, I'll text you my song of the week. You can let the fans know. All right.
Okay.
I picked up.
All right. I
All right.
apologize. I'm sorry.
It's all good. Everyone, Big Tone Son, he out.
Yeah, but
So it got. He was so bad, and like I just really didn't understand one of these questions, and like I got it right. I got points deducted because I didn't show my work, and the reason I didn't show my work is because I spent the whole fucking. I spent like a good 10, 15 minutes just guessing checking my answer to just to narrow down where it was to like the very decimal. And I was just like, let's try 28.625. That didn't work out. Let's try 28.627.
those be the worst word problems too.
Yeah, but you can narrow it down if like you understand it.
Yeah, if you get if I get an answer remotely close to A, B, C, or D, one of them's getting picked.
Yeah. It was
You
just like
best
this is what I
believe.
got. I got 50, but B is 51. So let's just assume I missed a one somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're trying to think the hardest that math or managerial sciences might have been the hardest class I ever took. And shoot, that shit was rough. They give you word problems, like pick out all these variables and then make it do this, that, and the other, and like I had no idea. I'm like, this is a variable right here. This? It sounded like it was man, and he couldn't teach. So
I feel like school became too dependent on calculators.
yeah, but
It's like, it, uh, really honestly speaking, well, the reason a lot of people don't understand math is because school lets them use calculators and they're not really trying to understand it. That's why I feel like people don't get math and it's hard for them. I could be
well,
wrong.
see, we weren't allowed to use calculators until we had like the complex equations. Like yeah, like we had to do it first, or like I think we only allowed to use them like a test or something because there was like time constraints. But like we normally couldn't do them. But yeah, shit, that shit was rough.
Bro, I remember when the Texas calculator, the graphic one that they wanted all schools to use. I remember my
Yeah.
entrance test for my high school. The first time I went to try to take it, they didn't let me go in because I didn't have the calculator. I forgot it at home. So when
Mm.
I went back with the fucking calculator, I did not even use it for my test. The only time I whipped out that calculator was to play the one or two hidden games that if you knew the calculator well, you just go through a whole bunch of menus and you just find a game that you can play on the calculator.
Mm. Yeah.
Don't know how
See,
to
I
get
ain't
that shit down.
we ain't do all that back in my day. It wasn't
Back
around
in
back
my
in my
day.
day. Yep.
Oh man.
But yeah, school ain't what it used to be either.
It really isn't, man. They expecting all these kids to do so much more at a younger age.
I mean, it's also a sign of the times too, where like it's like trickle down, like trying to get a leg up or teach them early.
Like
But
here's what I feel like, and it might be an unpopular opinion when it comes to like scholastics and like the grading. Like I don't think it's wrong for parents to want their kids to be like fucking the smartest kid in school, straight A's, straight A pluses, whatever the fuck, however whatever highest grade you can get. I believe it's still A plus, but you know maybe
no, it's
America
A plus
adapted.
plus now. They switched it.
Are you being serious? Or are you fucking with me?
I'm fucking with you.
All right, cool. Because I was willing to believe it. I was, if you told me S, like the Japanese people, I would have believed it. And you know what? I'd be such a mark because I'm such a fucking gaming nerd that I'd want to go back to school so I can get straight S's.
You wouldn't
But
succeed.
but I'm all for parents wanting the best for their kid, but like I think we overcompensate sometimes for what we want them to do because first of all, um an A in general is just like you're above average. You do really well. You understand the subject better than the best out of one. And then like I think B stands for like better than average, and C is average. D is like below average, and F is just you don't understand any of this shit. What the fuck are you doing? Get your shit together. Now, here's my thing with parents. They're so strict about A's and B's, and like some of them are so strict about A's. Like they're like completely disregarding the concept of these grades. Like it's not bad for your kid to be average at something. It's not. Like you can't expect every NBA player to be a fucking LeBron James. Some of these motherfuckers have to be average. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was like the
But shit,
issue.
'cause
That was like the point I was trying to make with. No, if you're about to say I'm saying that because like I was an average kid, it wasn't. Like I could have been a straight A student if I actually applied myself. I didn't want to apply myself.
Well, who fault
But
is
like
that? You average motherfucker.
it was no one's fault. I was loving my average grades. I knew as soon as I had straight A's once, my mom would not let me falter. So wasn't happening.
So you just slacked on purpose. Dang.
Oh yeah, I said it like 3 times in this one episode.
Damn.
My grades weren't what they
That's
should have been.
See me, I didn't have to try because I always ended up getting A's and B's anyway.
See, like
Yeah,
I didn't
my-
want to try. My like when it came to like the English tests, you know like the midterm exams, we had to read the story, answer multiple choice, and then do the two.
Oh yeah, I know you ain't reading nothing.
I didn't read a single fucking. Here's what I read. I read the parts where they told me in this fucking sentence what happened here, and then I would read the sentence real quick. It's like, oh, okay, this was this, and your boy still got proficient on that test because he excellent. I'm an excellent bullshitter.
I know.
I told people many times, like when it comes to English, you don't need to know what you're talking about. You need to sound like you know what you're talking about.
Mm. But yeah, see, my sister, she was a studier. Like I never had to study. Like I just hear something. Okay, cool, got it. Bam. Let me move on.
Oh yeah, same. But the problem is, school is so fucking boring to me that I was never awake during these lessons to actually listen and know what the hell we're talking about. Like history. Here's the funny thing about history. They don't change what they teach you in history. Because history doesn't fucking change. It's the same thing every year. World War One, World War Two, the Civil War, blah blah blah, Columbus. Don't know what Columbus did.
Damn.
Actually, I think I do know what Columbus did. I'm thinking of someone else. But
Yeah, you is.
it's the same thing, and like it put me to sleep every year to the point like I was barely passing. Like I was passing the C's. Actually, I was failing a lot of tests. I don't know how I passed history at all.
Hey, no man left behind.
I'm with it. Pass me, bro.
Well,
Give me.
that's what they call them now. Cause like some kids, they don't be passing at all. But like, it's no child left behind type deal.
That's terrible. I deserve
Yeah.
to
So they,
fail history on multiple occasions,
yeah,
but I don't think they had that mentality with me. But
yeah.
yeah, man.
Probably feel sorry
Some
for you.
I feel like, and like I guess we're just we'll have different opinions on it, but that's cool. But I feel
Right.
like there's nothing wrong with having an average understanding of a
Oh no,
subject.
ain't nothing wrong with that at all. Shoot.
Like yeah, if you're above average, that's awesome. But like parents are like expecting their kids to be above average. I'm like, listen, motherfucker, you can't expect. Like yeah, he can study really. She can study. He or she can study really hard and have this grasp on the subject and earn A's and B's. But like, are you gonna? You have to. School. The whole purpose of school is to like prepare you for life, right?
Yeah.
Right.
They
So
don't really
like,
prepare you.
are you saying that you want your kid to spend hours at home so they can be decent at a job they're probably not being paid enough for? Because a lot of times jobs expect so much from their employees and don't want to pay them the money they deserve. There are
Yeah.
people who constantly take their work home with them and like it's not worth it. You're not getting paid for it. Why are you putting this extra work and you're not being compensated? It's just like with school. You're putting in extra fucking extra hours, extra time, extra you're taking away time, the time you should be having to enjoy yourself to
Mm,
get the grades just to satisfy your parents when you probably could have had a B on what you already knew. That's just how
yeah.
I feel about it.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I ran into this one lady that said she don't let her kids do homework. She's like, you in school all day. What do you need to go home and do homework for? So,
That's lit. I
but
mean, you do homework to. I think homework is just a form of making sure you retain the information. I don't think homework should be graded. I think homework should be checked. And if the homework is wrong, then the teacher needs to figure out okay, this kid isn't grasping the problem. What do I need to do? I need to change up how I'm teaching him. That's what I think the purpose of homework should be for.
I think that's what they do anyway. Like it's not weighted as heavily homeworks. So they're just like, oh, you can do it and just like see your knowledge, you can, like retain it, you know. But yeah, homework. Shoot, that's the only reason why I passed some classes just doing homework.
Yeah, no. I think either my junior or senior year, they told us homework doesn't count towards a grade anymore, but you can't retake any tests unless you do all your homework. And my ass was like, listen, chances are, whatever grade I got on that test, I deserved it. I ain't doing homework at all.
Mm, lazy, just laziness.
Homework ain't for me.
Yeah, I hear that. But yeah, I say I'll just think about how the Chinese people kind of teach counting like the way that you were trying to do earlier with the 20s and tens, but like they do it a completely different way.
How do they do it?
I can't remember, but it's like they call it. Their number system's also different too. It's like the two 110-2 or 210-2 or something. Uh, I had to explain to me, and I listened to it in a book I was reading, and I was like, oh, I mean that makes sense. But in America, like, cause in Chinese they don't have like 11, 12. It's like 110-1, 110-2. That's 12, or like so like 310-5. It's 35. You know, cause it's three
Yeah,
tens.
that just fucked me up. But I think I get it. It
Yeah.
was like at work. I have a couple of people who like because I tend I like to do math in my head, so I don't so I can kind of stay sharp with it. Because if I have a kid on my own someday, I want to be able to help him with like math homework. And surprisingly enough, I didn't really realize this until I got to college. I actually am really good at writing, so like I do want to help if I have a kid one day with homework and be able to. So I try to stay sharp when it comes to math and things like that. And like all the time, one of the guys I worked with, he asked me, like, how do you do math in your head? And like I tell anyone who asks me and tells me math is hard, it's actually really simple. You're not breaking it, you're not making it easier for yourself. You're seeing this complicated scientific formula, and like really you just need to break it down into parts. And once you understand each part, you understand the problem. So like I was explaining to him how I do math in my head, and I was just like, okay, so what number did we do? We did 24 and 16. No, let's make it a little easier. We did 25 and 16. Well, what you do is to make it easier for yourself.
Is that easier? You just said
Yeah,
24
it is.
instead of 24. You did 25.
2025 has it's easier to find multiples of 25. So like what you do is you take the number you're most comfortable multiplying, and then you break up the other number. So you take 25 and you take the 16, break the 16 into 10 and 6. 25 and 10 is 250. 25 and 6 is 150. So then you have 250 and 150, and that's 400. 25 and 16 should equal 400. I could be wrong because I did that quick. But that's just the concept of, like, that's what goes through my head when I do it in my head. You know what I mean?
I hear you. Yeah, you just made it kind of difficult in my head. Multiples. I just do the old-fashioned way.
That's fair. It's just like that was just how I always grasped math. Like it just always felt like that simple to me. And it's like, well, even when I'm multiplying, like, so for example, at my job on the weekends, I have to kind of count the yard and make sure that we're not low in materials, and like, so like I'll do a lot of math counting the yard because the way it's stacked, it'll be stacked in like rows of 5, columns of 10, blah blah blah, with like spots here and there. So when you understand a number, you can just, rather than count it individually, you can just put a multiplier. So like if I have a row of 5 and then a row of 10, but like on the top there's like 2 missing, so instead of 5 it's 3 on top, I'll do 5 times 9.60, because that's how many I have, and that'll give me the actual number, because 5 goes into a whole 1, 5 goes into 100 20 times, so that's your decimal right there. And it's just about having the understanding of it. I feel like you don't learn math, you understand math, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's true. Cause my buddy, he to that class I was telling you about, he helped me out, and he was like, man, just do it like this. He said he teaching you all to do these crazy ways. Just do it like this. I'm like, damn, that's real easy.
Mm-hmm. It's like you don't need to learn math, you need to understand math. If you treat it like a puzzle and not a problem, you're probably gonna have an easier time.
Yeah. So the only math problem I use is the solve for x. So
I love doing those.
That's the only thing I ever use now. I'm like, oh, I need to find this number. Here's x.
How about the ones where you had X and you had Y and you had all this other shit?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Once you threw like other letters into it, I was like, I can do this, but it's not fun anymore.
It's not.
Something happened in high school. I just didn't find math fun anymore. It was my favorite subject, and then it was just like, I don't like school.
Yeah, it shit got crazier the more you went on, man. I'm like, damn, like what is this shit?
I didn't like English until until we had our poetry month, and that's when I got
Oh, that's
really
when
into
you.
like, yeah, that's when I got into like poetry, and that's when I got into writing and found my
And that's
passion
when
for
you.
music.
Yeah, I wish you wouldn't have found it
What a piece of shit.
though.
What
Yeah,
other
maybe you just
trash?
need. Yeah, maybe you still need to keep going looking for it.
Hey man, you ain't hear this fire yet.
I ain't hear nothing that gave anything any indication of promise.
Hey man,
I,
cause you ain't hear it yet. Ain't even out there yet. Wait, it's coming.
shoot, they need to stay hidden. Put
Maybe in
that
the
bitch in
next
a
life, but it's
lockbox.
coming. Damn.
Put
Damn.
that bitch in the time capsule open in 3030.
Damn.
Shoot. Nah, man. Write your passion. Let it all out.
You know what I don't I like I understand that it exists and it's acceptable, but I really don't like poems that don't rhyme.
Yo, my game tight like a sonnet. Yeah, in
What?
couplets. Yeah, my game tight like a sonnet. It's a 14-line poem, and the last line is a couplet.
Yeah,
Last
I
two
mean,
lines.
like I said, I understand they exist and they're acceptable, but here the reason I don't like them is because I feel like you take out the beauty of a poem. Like, there's a certain level of intricacy, like to like making your statements and rhyming at the same time. I feel like that's like the
Some
rhyme just adds
people,
another layer
but some
to
people could
me.
also say that not rhyming is great.
Is what?
Some people could say not rhyming is also another art form.
I mean, yeah, it is. It's an acceptable. It exists. It's acceptable, but like I just feel like something that rhymes and makes sense like has more layers and like cause theoretically speaking, anyone can make a poem, especially when it doesn't rhyme. Anyone can make a poem, but if you're going to make a poem and have like you have this concept and you were able to display that concept and make everything rhyme, I feel like that's just a layer that is worth appreciating.
I hear what you're saying, sir.
Yeah, that's all. I'm not knocking poems that don't rhyme
Nah,
in
you
the
trying to put me
slightest.
down.
No, are you a non-rhymer?
Nah, I don't care in general. I just be out there like, yeah, kick it. Check this out.
Yeah,
Mm, yeah, yeah.
I like near
Mm.
rhymes too. Wordplay is cool, where you can
Yeah, I'm
say the
probably more
same
of a
thing and have it
wordplay.
mean like four different things.
I'm more of a wittier person. That's what I like to do. My stuff will make you think, and then you be like, I make you think twice about it tomorrow. You're like, damn, that's what it really meant, or this is what it really meant. And then be like, damn,
I thought that was what it meant, but this is what it meant.
it means something different. Shoot. Mm-mm-mm. Damn, damn. I'm getting whooped.
You
But
getting
yeah,
whooped.
yeah. Think it's about time to wrap it up.
I think so. Did Tone send his song suggestion?
He did, but I'm gonna steal it for myself.
What is it?
Uh, Big Tone Son's song. It is um, "Fuck What You Heard," Diamond and the Psychotic Neurotics.
Okay, yeah. Um. All right, cool. What do you got, Herbie?
You gotta give me a minute. I'm looking for one. I haven't had you know, shoot. Haven't really been listening to my musics like that.
I feel you, dog.
Liquor slacking on my pimping.
I I'm gonna go to my Pandora real quick. Probably gonna lose this game. It doesn't matter. 'Cause I
Yeah.
forget the name of the artist of this song. No, not that one. No copywriting. Um, I think it's the
Yeah.
Heavy. Yeah. How do you like me now by the Heavy? It's kind of like that song's got it's got like a jazzy feel to it, and like just that's mainly the reason I like it. I heard it. First of all, I'm more inclined to really like a song if it's associated with like a movie or a show that I really fucking enjoy, and like it's in a
Yeah.
great scene. And then like I don't care what the song is, I'll just like it for that sole reason. And this song, I like it because of a specific episode in White Collar. I'm
Mm.
not gonna spoil it, just in case anyone wants to watch White Collar. It's a show about an ex con man who's working for the FBI and trying to lower his sentence and for his freedom by catching other con men. And I like that. I've watched it about 2 or 3 times already. Whenever I get an itch for it.
Getting itch. Sound like you need to go to the doctor.
Just chill ass up and just pick a song.
I'm gonna go with shoot. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Mesmerized by Wiz Khalifa.
Mmm.
Yeah. I think I might already did that one. Hmm.
You might have. It's hard to keep
I
track.
probably did. Yeah, I meant to go back and start writing them down. If
I
not,
try to. When I hear a song that I really want to suggest, I'll screenshot it on my phone.
yeah, I'm sure. Let me give you another one.
I love when I repeat words because when I hear it, like if I just listen to the video and like hear me say ow ow, I feel like there was an audio skip, but I know it was just me stuttering or juggling my
Hmm.
words.
I go Spotlight by Wiz Khalifa. I don't think I did that one.
All right, okay, okay, okay. By the
Yeah.
way, cough, cough, hint, hint. Download webtoons. Read Weak Hero, please,
Shoot, I might, bro.
please. It's really short. Just please, would you?
Said Webtoons, Weak
Yeah,
Hero.
webtoons. Read like the
Uh,
first 10 episodes. If you're not into it, you don't have to read it. But just tell
uh,
me. Even if you just do the first 5, just tell me what you feel about
shit, I got about 900 more episodes of One Piece to go.
it. Bruh, man, where they're at right now, it's so good, man. It's so good. It's coming to an end, man.
Shit,
Everyone's really
I'm
concerned because I
about
think
time.
Oda, I think
Shit.
Oda has been like not feeling 100%, and he already expressed like he's scared that he won't live long enough to like finish it, which is close to the end. But I also feel like he might be rushing it, so he doesn't die before. So I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know if he's in danger of dying, but like I don't. I really don't want him to rush it. Like at this point, you've already had too many episodes for some people to commit. Now that we have a commitment fan base, let's just do it the way you saw it being done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, guys, but that's gonna do it for this episode. Heavily school based, I guess.
Mm, sure was.
Yeah, it was. It was heavy on the school subjects. Um, if you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. You already know what to do. Share us with who you think might be interested. You know, we managed to talk about games every episode, so really, I think at this point we're for gaming people.
Might be.
Yeah,
I might have to hit the people with some life,
that's
some
life, man.
knowledge.
School.
Yeah,
That's what we did. We did today. We hit them on life today.
shit. Show
But
did.
I'm Sinji. That's Irby. Tone is somewhere.
Yeah.
Hopefully
he's in
being all
ether.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. In
And we out. Peace.
Peace.